What is up, people? This is the first ever episode of the C&J Wrestling Talk Review. And if you want to know who our names are, my name is DJ Cash, and I'm joined on the hosting panel tonight by my man, Jake. How's it going out there, man?
Doing very well, doing very well. Excited about this, our first live stream.
Oh yeah, man. I'm definitely hyped for this, especially since we're all about wrestling talk. And of course, we're gonna be talking about everything that's been going on in WWE right now. We're gonna be deciphering down Monday Night Raw. And cuz, do you want to add any thoughts before we get started?
No, I don't have any real thoughts right now until we get into the actual review.
All right, man. All right, man. You ready? I'm ready to get started. I'm ready to get started now. We're gonna cap off. I mean, we're gonna actually gonna start off with Monday Night Raw. We kicked off the episode with Seth Rollins and the Authority.
Yep.
Seth Rollins and the Authority, because I gotta say, I don't know if I'm the only one out there, but I did feel like this segment, it kind of felt a little flat to me. Because like one of the things I was looking for, I actually gotta give Seth Rollins credit because I didn't think he was actually gonna show up. Like I thought he was actually gonna be in the hospital. We weren't gonna see him the next week, but he did show up, and he actually cut a good promo until the Authority started kissing his behind, if you know what I mean. So, cuz, how did you like this segment, and was it effective for what we saw throughout the night?
I don't think it was really effective due to the fact that the whole incident with Randy Orton last week, then continuing on to the week after that.
Oh, I guess. So you're basically saying like we just got like the big payoff last week, and
Yep.
everybody is just kissing like his behind and basically just being like it's our fault. But in actuality, if you kind of think back to it, cuz I mean, shouldn't a guy like Seth Rollins with his intelligence, like we've been talking for months, cuz on how Seth Rollins has been booked with intelligence, and we would have thought he would have saw Randy Orton like get. I mean, like when he took out Randy Orton back in November, I figured that Seth Rollins should have known he was gonna get payback, but the fact that he didn't like get it, and the fact that he was booked made to look stupid, I just didn't like that.
Yeah, me either, because this is a guy that actually supposedly, unquote, took down the Shield single-handedly,
Oh, I had a
and
quote in
then
there.
yeah, and then this is the Viper, the man that beat the living hell out of Triple H after going back to Evolution days.
We're not even gonna go back to the evolution days. We're not. We've been there, done that. But yeah, like I said, either way, I didn't like the opening segment. To me, it was a waste of time, even though it served purpose for some
Yeah.
people later on in the night. But anyway, moving on from that, we actually kicked off the show, cuz with a divas match.
Oh boy.
Cuz I know you have a problem, but like we got to talk about. Because to me, I thought this was interesting. Now, cuz I know you have actually been watching WWE longer than I have. Like, can you remember the last time a divas match actually started off Monday Night Raw?
Mm, it's been a while. It's been quite a while that a Divas match has actually started off on Raw as the opener. But now it just means nothing in WWE that a Divas match is starting off. It used to mean something, but now it's just bleh, just
I mean,
thrown out there.
yeah, I mean, because I mean, we've been going back and forth with this since we got the whole hashtag Give Divas a Chance thing, and like my whole issue with this is the fact that like why can't they get matches like this every single week? And they don't even need to be like at the start of the show. They could be like at the middle of the show, like right at the 9 o'clock hour. Like think,
Exactly.
think about it. The entrances they did not come during commercial break. They came back from a commercial and the match was still going. We give the NXT Divas a lot of credit, but are we like forgetting the fact on how we have the main roster divas? They're supposed to be the stable that makes the NXT Divas want to do better, but instead it's the NXT Divas doing better than they are.
And that is true because the NXT Divas, they're fighting like they need want to be in WWE. The main roster Divas are just fighting like, yeah, we can get a title match anytime we want. All we gotta do is just win one match. But the actual NXT Divas are fighting to compete, and not only to compete, to work their way up the ladder, like not only main roster superstars, but NXT superstars to get a title match.
Yeah, and while we're talking about the Divas, cuz let's actually mention the fact on how we're gonna get a Divas tag team match at WrestleMania. Paige and AJ Lee taking on the Bella Twins. Now, if you don't watch Total Divas, I actually watched the season finale because the reason why we had to suffer through all that mess since November is because the Bellas are on the way
Oh, thank God.
out. I mean, cuz come on, I mean they're not that bad.
I I never I liked them, but I never really got into the whole twin magic thing, mostly from the beginning.
I mean, they've been going since 2008. I mean, by God, where have you been?
Yeah, but I still actually never got into the whole, you know, yeah, we're twins, hooray, but still, you're divas. Wrestle
Yeah,
one.
yeah. I
Now,
mean, like, cause I gotta be honest with you. I honestly think that the whole storyline that they tried to do, like after SummerSlam, really screwed them up.
yep, because you're just gonna make us forget about almost
Yeah,
3 months of hate.
exactly. All right, cause that's enough of that for this. I promised you we would only talk about it for that much amount of time, so you're good.
Uh,
Now
Thank
let's move
God.
on to an interesting like when I was talking about going back to Seth Rollins for a minute, like we talked on how like Seth Rollins' character was supposed to be booked with intelligent. Like he was kind of booked with intelligent because we saw throughout the show on how like Seth Rollins he just kept alienating everybody from the authority. I honestly knew when Big Show and Kane actually left, I was like, oh my God, Seth Rollins is brilliant. But was that effective for the character like Randy Orton, who honestly should see that from a mile away?
Yeah, it's because mostly you think Seth Rollins is actually just going to make the authority go away. I mean, yeah, the guy's maybe looking dumb against Randy Orton, but he's not that damn dumb.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. I actually like Seth Rollins' plan throughout the night. That just shows that they're finally booking him back with intelligence instead of making him look like a fool. Even though all the stuff with John Stewart a couple weeks ago was funny, but I'm just glad to see. Hopefully, Seth Rollins will get back on track next week. But moving on from that, we had the contract signing for the United States Championship, John Cena versus Rusev. And cause I actually gotta say, I enjoyed that contract signing.
Me too.
I really enjoyed that contract signing. The reason why I enjoyed it so much is because like a lot of people would say that was a typical John Cena promo, but like it felt like it, but it felt like it added more. Like when John Cena picked up the contract and he said like this contract represents the Declaration of Independence, and I'm like, wow, when was the last time we heard something like that? And
Yeah,
I gotta say though, because throughout this build for this match, Rusev has actually not been booked to look weak.
yeah,
Yeah, he really has not been booked to make look weak, even though a lot of people would think because he kept saying no, no, no to John Cena throughout a couple of weeks. But like he actually, yeah, he didn't look terrible throughout this whole thing. But I do say my one gripe with that segment was the fact on how after Rusev signed the contract, he kind of like tipped the table over on Cena. I didn't like that. I figured like if Rusev should have came up like a heel after what he said, which by the way, he said terrible stuff, but it was in a good way.
yep.
And do you think he should have had like attack Cena instead of like tipping the table over? Because like now I'm thinking like maybe John Cena's going to get the upper hand next week.
Good. And that is a good point because, you know, I think he should have attacked Cena, mainly because this guy is basically the number one heel. just the whole Russia, United States thing. He should have attacked him.
Yeah, because how did you like this segment and what was effective about it for you?
I like the segment, and that actually says a lot because it's a John Cena segment, and John Cena, really hasn't given a good segment since I believe 2007.
Oh my God, because I wouldn't go that far. I really wouldn't go that far to 2007.
But otherwise, I do like this newfound intensity in Cena. It's almost like this is the intensity he kind of brought to the Brock Lesnar fight, but 10 times more
Yeah, the
because
the,
he's
the Lesnar fight that he lost.
yep.
Yeah,
But this is almost 10 times more because this isn't just for the WWE Championship. This is for his home country of the United States of America.
I think one of the things that makes this, I think this actually, this whole USA versus Russia thing kind of works better with a guy like Cena better than it did Jack Swagger, if that makes sense.
It kind of does because Swagger, yes, is an All-American, but when's the last time you've actually seen him actually be on top?
You want me to go back to 2010?
Nope.
Okay, but other than all, after seeing this segment, cuz, are you looking forward to the match between John Cena and Rusev?
I wasn't at first, but I'm kind of getting interested in it now.
Yeah, I gotta say, even though like I honestly think this feud shouldn't have started on the Royal Rumble Fallout, and then we got the match early at Fastlane of all pay-per-views. So I'm actually looking forward to this one because I feel I gotta say I'm very personal when it comes to this. I actually do want John Cena to knock off Rusev, and I know that sucks because like we all know who the face and who the heel is in this thing. Hey, all right, cuz you ready to move on now to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal? Well, looks like cuz his having difficulties with his webcam right now, but we're gonna continue on with the show. Now we had the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal preview. If you really want to call it a preview, you could really call it a segment. It was really like Kane. He brought out like all these random guys that we do not care about. Even Kane, I didn't care about him, and he's there. They say that they're about to start, and Mark Henry makes a return. He made his return to Monday Night Raw. For those of you who, some people who actually watch SmackDown, Mark Henry actually returned, and he like he tried to motivate Roman Reigns, but like this past Monday Night on Raw, he actually showed a bit of like compassion. He actually like said on how important that the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal is for him, and for him to honestly like say that, it still did nothing for the Battle Royal for me. I honestly do not see the point in this Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, considering like what happened to Cesaro. Like, and look where Cesaro's at. He's like doing something great with the tag team titles, but like after that Battle Royal, he immediately just fell off on the face of the roster. So, like, like I said, I mean, like for the Battle Royal, I'm just not that into it. To me, it's just a match that just helped to get people on the WrestleMania card. Yeah, it's just to help people get on the WrestleMania card and not fully appreciate like what Andre the Giant really means to people. And Cuz is finally back. What happened, man?
I don't know. I think my camera might have shut off.
All right, man. You ready? Let's continue on with the show, though. Like, I was talking about on how, like, when we got to the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal segment, on how, like, we had all these guys in here that nobody cared about. And
Yep.
Mark Henry, he all of a sudden came out, and I'm like, oh my God. Because, like, how is this Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal storyline shaping up for you? And are you looking forward to the match?
Not, not really. Not really. Last year, it was, a great thing. It was honoring Andre the Giant, who was, at WrestleMania 1, a great way to, remember him in the Battle Royal type. But this one, it's not shaping up to be a good Battle Royal. The whole Axelmania, never been eliminated. Then Mark Henry comes out of the blue and eliminates Curtis Axel, Big Show, and everybody. I don't understand. This is almost like a type of way just to bring Mark Henry back in the company as a relevant person.
Well, I mean, like, they honestly had to give Mark Henry something to do if he was going to return. But my whole issue with this battle royal is the fact that, like, I'm afraid that this match is going to damage the superstar whoever wins it. Because, like I mentioned this earlier, like, look what happened to Cesaro as soon as he won. WWE Creative, or WWE for that matter, did nothing, did absolutely nothing for him. And, like, I gotta say, because if I had to pick a winner for this year, I gotta go with the Ryback.
Hopefully so. Hopefully so. Because he's not doing anything right now, and it can't hurt him at all.
Yeah, that's true. But if you had to pick another winner, who would it be?
Probably, I hate to say it, Mark Henry.
Oh my
Because,
God.
I hate to say it, Mark Henry, because we haven't seen him that much in WWE recently, so he's an unexpected variable.
Well, you mean basically he's the surprise entry, but look at last year's match. He got eliminated quick. But like
Yep,
like I said, this match to me is just to get everybody on the card. I
yep.
just don't think that it's living up to the hype to what Andre the Giant really means as an opposed to an award. But like moving on from that, the tag team division in WWE has just been, cuz what would you call it? I call it out of sorts.
I'd call it, yeah, maybe a little mediocre.
Yeah, because like here's the thing, like we've been having like a series of tag team matches and 8-man tag team matches on SmackDown. We got Los Matadores, Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, which by the way I love those two. We have the Usos, the Ascension, the Primetime Players, and like lately we've been seeing Los Matadores, Cesaro, Tyson Kidd, and the New Day go at it. I think like I don't know if you guys have heard this or not, but Jay Uso actually got hurt, so he's out of action. So we don't know the storyline or what's going to happen with him. But I'm reckoning that the Usos are not going to be part of WrestleMania. So, cuz are we looking for a tag team triple threat match on the pre-show for WrestleMania? And if it is, are you gonna like the match?
I hate to say it, probably not. Not because of, the match type. The match type is, a very exciting match, but the teams. Because you've got too many loose teams that are just getting title shots. The Usos, yes, they may have screwed up their uh, title rematch on the episode of Raw after losing it uh, to Tyson Kidd and Cesaro. But if you look at some of the other teams, how many times have you seen them on TV? Or how many times have you seen them going over the limit to the top? I mean, really? Yeah, Los Matadores was good, but they're almost like a joke team with the whole little bull and everything.
Yeah, I agree with you there. And let me just point out to you guys, the Ascension, Lucha Dragons, the Prop Talk players have all been on freaking WWE superstars competing.
Yep.
Why are we not seeing these guys compete on the main roster? Which is why I do not get it. I mean, because let's take the Ascension for instance. Like we've been praising the heck out of the Ascension ever since they've been in WWE, even when they were in NXT, longest reigning NXT Tag Team Champions in NXT history.
Yep.
Why are they like in the clouds right now? Because it's like as soon as they got to the main roster, they just went like plummeted down. Like, and those Matadors, like, now that they're heels, we didn't even care about you guys when you were faces.
Yep.
And
And
here's
that's the
another
one
thing.
bad thing.
Yeah, and here's another. And let me give you two more things. The Proud Time players, like, they made this whole big return a couple of weeks ago, and they were supposed to do something. But what happens? We get nothing. They beat the Ascension, and they get squashed. The New Day, because do we even need to talk about New Day?
Nope, I do not want to talk about the New Day at all.
New Day?
Oh, God.
Yeah, but anyway, like I said, my thoughts on this whole thing, like I said, cuz I agree with you. There are just too many loose teams right now. Like you don't even know who the contender is. They do this all the time when it comes to the tag team division. They think it could just be built on matches, and they don't think they need to be talking smack. One tag team feud I can remember was 2004 when it was like the APA, Rikishi and Scotty 2 Hotty, and I believe it was the world's greatest tag team and I believe, well, either way, like they actually talked smack, and when they got to the match, like I watched it, and like I said, they talked smack, they beat each other up, then they got to the match. Well, in this case, you just get matches and you just go into the match. I mean, it's just not interesting to me.
Yeah. It's kind of just, really stupid almost. Especially the whole segment on Thursday Night SmackDown, where it's like, oh, team after team after team after team after
Yeah,
team.
that tag team turmoil match, which by the
Yep,
way, a lot of teams got buried by Roman Reigns
yep,
and Daniel Bryan. They got buried. Talk about throwing the tag team division under the bus.
yep. It's basically saying these guys were opponents at Fastlane. They don't even like each other, and they can do better than you guys. What does that say about you?
Yeah, I know. Like I said, the tag team division right now, they need to get together. But anyway, cuz let's move on to. Oh yeah, we've been waiting on this one for a while. As we all know, Bray Wyatt will get his match with The Undertaker at WrestleMania. Now, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. I don't want to see the match. I think it's gonna be terrible. But I will say this match does serve purpose because I guarantee you Bray Wyatt will probably be the most over guy the night after WrestleMania. Because how has this feud been working for you, and who are you picking to win?
We have talked about this, many weeks leading into the whole confrontation with Bray Wyatt and The Undertaker into the match. And I'm still picking Bray Wyatt. I know you say he will be still over 10 times over if he loses to The Undertaker, but what's the point of him losing to The Undertaker?
Honestly, WWE, they are not gonna go with the idea of Undertaker losing twice in a row at WrestleMania. So Bray Wyatt may get buried twice in 2 years, but I still think he will be over. My whole thing with this is the fact that, cuz, we are getting great build. This is a match that we should be excited about, but we're
Yes,
not.
yes, we're getting great build, but still, if Bray Wyatt loses, where does he go from here? Because The Undertaker, is he still going to be wrestling at WrestleMania with 22-1
Get
as
ready for
his record?
Sting. Get ready for Sting and Taker.
Oh man,
Get
I,
ready for it.
but I think they need to just let Bray Wyatt beat The Undertaker and end it there, 21 and
Exactly.
2, so then it would actually mean something. Because
If
if Bray Wyatt comes back on Raw, what's he gonna do? Oh yeah, Undertaker shook my hand. I'm I'm the new face of fear. No, he talked all that trash about I'm the new face of fear. I'm going to bury the Undertaker. Undertaker is nothing to me. He
I
come.
mean, like, cuz, like, what do you expect WWE to do? You know, they are not gonna have Taker lose. Wouldn't it be funny if they actually put up the 22 and 2
It be
up on
it
the
actually
board?
it actually you would actually be shocked by WWE. You didn't believe last year Lesnar could beat the Undertaker. And
All
who
right.
wins?
I'll give you that, but I just do not see WWE going in the smart direction. Like, here's the thing: I want Bray Wyatt to win. I would love it if Bray Wyatt won, but this is WWE because we have to understand, like, they do things differently. Think about it. If we were booking that match, we'd probably screw it up. They're gonna screw it up. The WWE creative team, they're gonna mess it up. But we need to see the value,
Yep.
even though if Bray Wyatt either he wins or he loses. Either way, he may get over. I still think he's not gonna win though.
I still think he's going to win, or else, even though, yes, he got to compete against The Undertaker, he's going to lose everything. I mean, look at people that have competed against Undertaker over the years. Going all the way back to not far, maybe 2 years ago, CM Punk. He competed against The Undertaker after the match, after the match Raw and everything. He was hurt very badly in his career. He had to do tag team matches with the Shield and everything. And this was a main event guy that was WWE champion and leaving his hometown. The guy that broke the fourth wall. And that hurt him immensely.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, this topic on the Undertaker versus Bray Wyatt, I can't wait for us to get into this a lot more. But we need to move on, and we're going to talk about the actual ending segment of Monday Night Raw. It was supposed to be Randy Orton versus Seth Rollins, but let me tell you something. I knew we were not going to get it because why in the world would WWE give that a marquee match like that for free?
Exactly.
And I like I said, Seth Rollins' plan to me it was working throughout the night, even though I was not falling for it because you probably weren't falling for it either.
Nope.
And like Randy Orton gets a chair, the Authority is coming down, and like it looks like they're about to beat him down. But as soon as the lights turned off, lo and behold, Sting. And by the way, people, just to let you know, Cuz actually has a very personal problem with Sting, but like he's gonna have to work with me on this one. So,
Yep.
cuz, did you like the segment, and was it effective for you to get excited about Sting versus Triple H?
I think it's a very exciting match, even though, you know, I do have my personal problems with Sting, but I like to see this match happen at WrestleMania because because it's actually shocking to me. I didn't understand what's Sting doing here now. What's he trying to prove with the whole authority? Yep,
Hmm.
until I understood it about I believe last week it was on Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, the one with the
It
fake
hit me.
voice.
Yep, it hit me. Sting isn't here just for a fight. This guy wants to be a vigilante. Prove he wants to be the justice maker, almost like the good guy. Well,
But wasn't he? I mean, we keep talking about it all the time because they keep saying like he faded into the night. No, people, he faded into TNA and he was the GM down there. But
yep,
like my whole thing with this is, I knew Sting was gonna show up.
yep,
Honestly, I knew he was gonna show up because there was no way they were gonna have Randy Orton look bad after the way he looked good last week. That would just made no sense. That's something that needs to be saved for the go home show, which is next week. But like
yep.
I honestly think Sting being there kind of overdid it to me. I would have liked to see like to build towards the match with Triple H. I would have liked to see him like get his hands on Triple H a bit, like And why is he talking as soon as Monday Night Raw goes off air?
I have no clue.
That you
But
see, we've been discussing all week on how like Sting he actually just needs to say a little bit of things. He just needs to say just one thing before WrestleMania. He says it, but he says it after Raw goes off the air.
yep,
Yeah, so that kind of killed it for me a bit. But as far as Randy Orton and Seth Rollins, like I said, we're gonna get those two one on one at WrestleMania because I think this is the only match on the card that has a feud that has built since like November, and that's
yep.
going to be exciting. But are you looking forward to the match?
I'm looking forward to the match, yes, and I'm even looking forward to the match, which I guarantee we will probably get a Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton match again at Extreme Rules, where they actually beat the living hell out of each other. Because at WrestleMania, yes, this is just, a normal feud match. But
Yeah.
if you look back at it, this is the Viper. You actually think this guy's just gonna sit back, relax, take the victory? No. Seth Rollins, yes, might lose in WrestleMania,
Oh,
and
he
Randy
will
Orton might,
lose.
yep, or who knows, there might be a little confrontation with the Authority and Big Show Kane, even
Oh
though they are in
God.
the the that even though they are in the Andre Memorial Battle Royal.
Yeah.
I hope they don't go that way, but we might see it at WrestleMania, and if we do, hopefully they're the WWE creative team is smart enough to put that force into a match at Extreme Rules.
Yeah, that's definitely a point. But there's the key word: if. That is the big word: if. But as far as like my view on Seth Rollins versus Randy Orton, I'm really looking forward to that match. Out of all the matches on this card, like I'm really am looking forward to that. Oh, speaking of which, because we almost forgot, we didn't talk about this. The six-man tag team match was the main event of the show. I mean, quite honestly, because they kept advertising the heck out of it for 3 hours.
Yep.
And like we had six of the guys that are in the ladder match. We had Bad News Barrett, Luke Harper, Daniel Bryan, Dean Ambrose, Dolph Ziggler, and Stardust. Now, and we had our truth at ringside, who, by the way, he has been funny throughout this whole thing. He has been the entertaining thing throughout this whole thing with the Intercontinental Championship on his back.
Yep.
But yeah, either way, we had the six-man tag. I actually liked that match. It was to me, it was fast-paced, hard-hitting, and because I mean, like I know we've been going back and forth on the Intercontinental title picture, but like, are you looking forward to the match now that we have all the players?
Yeah, kinda not. Mostly because this is just, almost like a mid-card match, but it's an exciting mid-card match. It's almost like the Money in the Bank ladder match for the Intercontinental Championship.
That's
But
what it
if you
is.
look, but if you look at some of the opponents, I mean, yes, Luke Harper should be in this. Yes, Dolph Ziggler. Yes, Dean Ambrose. Yes, Daniel Bryan. But Stardust
Yeah,
and
yeah.
also R-Truth,
Well, our
they
truth.
should not be in this.
Well, let me just correct you. So you say Luke Harper deserves to be in this match?
Yes.
Like, why? He hasn't done anything. They pretty much screwed him up. Like, he's gone down the drain too, and like, I mean, our truth is debatable because like I feel like he's been like getting over with the audience a little bit, and I honestly thought he should have had more than just a United States title reign. He should have at least had an Intercontinental title reign at least one time. But like my view on this whole match, nobody deserves to be in this match. I mean, think about it. We have Bad News Barrett. He has been a ridiculous champion since he's won that title. We have Dean Ambrose. Like, he's been on a losing streak. I can't remember the last time he's won a singles match on pay-per-view. We have Dolph Ziggler. Like, he's lost so much momentum. We have, like I said, Luke Harper. He has no business being in it, period. And Stardust, like, because why are we not getting Goldust versus Stardust? I don't know why this is so difficult. Like, why?
I, exactly. That was one of the points why Stardust should not be in the match. because the whole thing with his, which actually could go into a good segment with Goldust and Stardust, because Stardust trying to win the title, Goldust comes out, screws him of the victory. They go into a match at Extreme Rules, and Stardust actually loses, and
Yeah,
Goldust supposedly Cody back.
yeah. I actually heard that Goldust he's on his way out of the company this year. But anyway, back to the match. Like, and Daniel Bryan's in this match. Like, Daniel Bryan's winning that match at WrestleMania.
Yep.
And get this, people, John Cena will win the United States title. And I'm telling you right now, for the SummerSlam main event, John Cena versus Daniel Bryan, U.S. title versus Intercontinental title, unification match. Book it.
They need to do that, but of course, WWE in their mind is thinking, "Up, wait,
Yeah,
that's less titles.
yeah.
Now what are we gonna have people go after?"
Oh yeah, yeah, true. And speaking of titles, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar. This will be our last segment of the show. Now, like we had Paul Heyman cut one of the greatest promos of all time last week, and he cut
Yep.
another great promo Monday night on Raw. It wasn't as effective as it was last week, but we did get some interaction between Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman. Now, I gotta say, because Roman Reigns to me has been improving greatly, really since the Royal Rumble. Even though he had a bad crowd reaction, like he's been fine. Like people may say
Yep.
that like his mic skills are not up to work. Like he needs more of a move set, but like I think he's fine the way he is. But like my one issue with this whole feud is the fact that like we don't know whether Brock Lesnar is gonna be here or not. Because like think about it. If Lesnar was on the way out the door, we would know right now Roman Reigns will win that belt. Now there's talk going around like he is going to be staying with the company
Yep.
and Roman Reigns is going to lose. So, cuz, have you liked this feud and are you looking forward to Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar?
I've been looking forward to it quite a bit, mainly because Roman Reigns in this instant kind of is the underdog. Nobody really wants to see him win. Everybody's comparing him to The Rock, because he's Samoan and everything.
Don't forget John Cena.
But he is an impressive guy. He's an impressive guy. Many people just see him, oh yeah, this is the powerhouse from the Shield. He can't do very much.
Yeah.
This
Yeah,
is the man that won the Royal Rumble share, which nobody actually liked, and is going to face a beast incarnate at WrestleMania 30. Yes, he has a limited move set, and his mic skills have been improving due, set to this week's promo he cut with Paul Heyman. I
mm-hmm.
thought the mic skills he improved, not to his best ability, but quite a good start for him if he does go into WrestleMania and fighting the Beast, because you
Yeah.
know he needs that. He actually needs that.
Yeah, but like I said, for me, this whole feud has just been a little awkward because it's like we got Roman Reigns who's here all the time, and we got Brock Lesnar who shows up when he wants to. I just kind of feel like the lack of Roman Reigns, I mean Brock Lesnar not being around, kind of killed the feud for me. But like I am looking forward to the match, Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, even though a lot of people think it's going to be terrible. It may not be that good, but like as wrestling, we have to look at this as a wrestling fan, because if we just keep
Yeah.
nitpicking, we're gonna like lose it, and we're just gonna like fall in the match completely, and we're not gonna give it a chance. But a lot of people need to realize on how Roman Reigns is improving. You can't just say that this guy just because he doesn't like do good on the mic and he doesn't have much of a move set, you can't just say that he automatically is terrible. Even though we both think he is being trying to be turned into John Cena 2.0. And by
Yep.
the way, just people out there, Rusev is Umaga 2.0. Just to let you know.
Yep.
Like I
The
said, I really am.
whole the whole undefeated streak, and then Cena.
Yeah,
actually beating the streak once more.
yeah, but like anyway, back to Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar. Like, oh, by the way, they will have a face-to-face confrontation next week on the Go Home Show before WrestleMania.
Now that's good, but I do have one thing that I did not agree with in Roman Reigns' promo that he cut this week.
Yeah,
Mainly, it's because, well, actually, cut that because I actually enjoyed it quite a bit. He was truthful that yes, I may be a big Samoan, but I can also get my ass kicked by a beast. Where he said, I may be carried out in a stretcher by my family members of Samoa, but I'm walking out of there with the WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
yeah. He says, "I can't and I will." Like John Cena says, "Never give up." This guy's John Cena 2.0. They are
That's right.
trying. They are really trying, but like they need to make Roman Reigns his own character and not make him another John Cena.
Yep.
Well, cuz you have anything to add before we head off air?
Nope.
And all right, guys, I guess I'll catch you around when I see you. Thank you, people, for tuning in to C and J Wrestling Talk. From I'm DJ Kaz, along with my friend Jake. See
Hello.
you around.
See you.